Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and you are listening to the Bob Culture Podcast.
Nothing between the lines of the page or at a side. Forgiveness is for angels with this angel fell and a line. That's in no second chance or redemption can be found. Cause you can't have the devil and the devil is running you down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here at Baltimore Celebfest 5, the Revenge. I guess the 4th Revenge, technically. Please welcome back to the show. You know her from all over. Right now, she's part of the Worsties. She's the interview queen. We are honored. We are not worthy. Please welcome to the show, Miss Alicia Atout.
The interviewer gets interviewed.
Ooh, I was saying before the camera started rolling, I always feel so weird being in the other chair.
Yeah.
Like there's no control. You don't know what's coming.
Oh, we're cool. I know.
We don't ask the hard-hitting interviews. We're probably going to ask you what your favorite color is, or it's probably orange.
All the cliche questions.
Let's do it.
Seriously, got to ask you. Speaking of cliche questions, we're here at Baltimore Celebfest 5.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, the world was shut down. We weren't having these. What's it like to be at these fan fests? What's the reaction you're getting from the fans so far?
It feels so good because I kind of felt like I had to really pivot, especially being based in Canada. Like
That's right.
We weren't let out of the country for almost a year and a half, so I was losing a lot of work and bookings, and it sucked. So I had to pivot and do a lot of my stuff remotely, from interviews to fan meet and greets, and it was different. I love the interaction, being able to see like, oh, he's about to laugh when you can't really hear it over the phone and stuff like that.
Yes, and we love the in-person interview. Those are the best.
So it feels really good to be back in full swing, see people in person, and travel again. I missed it so much.
That's awesome, and I got to ask you this. We do a little something here on the show called #WrestlingFashion every week. You change the look. We love the hair. Tell us a little bit about the fashion.
Oh, I always say I love style, because when I think of fashion, I think of really expensive stuff, where I'm like, yeah, okay, like we can afford this shit, but do we really want to be walking around in all this stuff? I'm like, nah.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin it.
On principle, I refuse to pay that much for like a pair of
That's
shoes.
fair.
I
That's
can't.
fair.
So when it comes to style, I feel like it's a mix of just rock and roll and then 70s stuff. I'm just obsessed with both of those things.
Okay.
It's my two worlds of music and kind of wrestling coming together too. So yeah, that's what the style's all about there. And the hair change, I just wanted something different. Mixing it up, you know?
Rocking it. Absolutely love it. And speaking of rocking, cheap segue right there. I'm a drummer. I love all the music stuff that you've done and continue to do. What's your favorite kind of stuff? What was your favorite interview from the music scene?
Man, that's so difficult. I've been really grateful. Hi.
The beautiful people,
lucky.
the Allure actually just waved at us.
Very lucky over the years to interview some of my favorite people of all time.
Yeah.
Like I was able to chat with Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Oh, no big deal.
And that just blew my mind completely, being like one of my favorite bands ever. So definitely a big grab for me. And then now working with Slipknot has just been such a change. Like I went from being a small little side gig to something I do really frequently for them in terms of hosting.
That's amazing.
I went to the UK with Knotfest to do some hosting there. We did like 40 interviews in the span of 2 days. It's amazing being able to venture out more. So
that's one of the bands that's on my bucket list. I never got to see him, and I'm a big horror fan, so I respect Corey Taylor a lot.
Oh my God, he's phenomenal. Just that new mask, man. Oh my God, it was amazing. So good.
What's the Twitter? Is it Knotfest? I'm trying to think. There's like
just
a
at
Twitter,
Knotfest.
Yeah, that's Knotfest.
We're at Knotfest across all socials, so give us a follow. Tons of interviews, lots of fun in-person stuff. We have a good time.
Shameless promo. Now I'm doing the wrestling thing, doing the commentary, the backstage interviews. I watch a lot of your work. I appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've been a big fan for years.
For a long time now, and I've been a drummer in the Asbury Park area, so I came up playing music, now making this transition to wrestling. Did you ever play any instruments? Did you sing? Did you ever? Because you're such a fan.
I love singing so much. In terms of playing an instrument, I just feel like I'm like a 10-second Tom where I can't retain things like that. But singing, oh man, I'm so passionate about that. So that was always it. Like my family members would play instruments. So my sister would be strumming on the guitar, I'd be singing with her, or my dad would be. So definitely always been there. But I love to learn one, yes. Have I? No.
Yeah? If you could learn one instrument, what would it be?
I think guitar, just because then I could actually start like a singer-songwriter thing.
Yeah,
and
that would make sense, yeah. So I'm the other way. I'm a drummer, but I can play like power chords on the guitar. I can play some pretty chords. Nunes
Very good acoustic. He always serenades me when I live with him.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Stop. I cannot sing and I'm going to ask you for a lot of advice here because you're so talented. What advice would you give me to, obviously I have a deeper voice, to learn how to sing? Should I, stay in my lane? Should I just stick to the drums?
Fuck staying in your lane.
Yeah, right. What advice, would you have for, I really want to know how to sing.
The girl in the orange hair is not going to tell you to stay in your lane.
Never stay in your
fair.
lane.
My mistake.
I stayed in my lane for so long that I started to feel like I was losing a bit of who I actually was. And it was attributed to a lot of different things. But once you let loose and you're just free, whether singing or any other aspect in life, so much changes. And so when it comes to singing, just let it rip. Do what you feel. Whether you're fucking about to go into screamo or opera, just feel it.
That's how I'll go screamo. You just solved the problem right there. and you mentioned it, and that's why I asked the question earlier. You mentioned just, you freeing yourself, making that change. Now you're part of the Worsties. Just tell us a little bit more.
That's an amazing name, by the way.
Thank you.
I would love the name.
My idea, Now,
I love it.
So it's weird because Nat and I, when we were both originally meeting each other, we were a little indifferent about the other. It was none of that catty bullshit that's always in wrestling amongst females.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's such bullshit.
Everybody
I hate
loves
it.
each other.
Yeah, right.
There's no drama in wrestling. You
None.
stop it.
What are you talking about? But she was never catty. She was never weird. And then we kind of realized, hey, we're both very business-minded. So whether we end up being friends or not, let's start this little venture together and see
common
what,
ground.
see what
I like
happens.
it.
Yeah,
Common
I
ground.
respected her because I knew she knew not only how to make money, but also just she had a really smart mind. And
Okay.
we clicked on that. So we started doing these little videos online and ridiculous things, and then we started texting all the time. We realized, do we actually like each other? Oh no,
We just become best friends.
I think it's a friendship now. What's happening? So even though, yes, the worsties go back and forth between love and hate, it really did go from such indifference to such a beautiful sisterhood, which is so weird to even say, and it's so cheesy. I love you, Nat. And it's really nice now. I get to travel all over the place and be a total goofball with my best friend. I love it.
That's amazing. Alicia, I want to ask you this one. Still learning the business. I'm used to being in front of a drum set, not in front of the microphone. I do commentary. I do backstage interviews now. I get beat up a lot. It's like talking, it's like talking to someone when they have a bad day at work, when they lose a match. I got slapped last night by Ruthless Lala. Just saying that right now. But seriously, what advice would you have for someone learning to come up and for doing interviews and stuff like that?
Take every opportunity. When I first started, by no means was I great at what I did. I was 17, just thrown in front of a camera, interviewing bands that I loved. And I was so nervous. I was shitting myself before every interview, being like, oh my God, I'm about to be in front of so-and-so. And you just gotta take a breath, understand that everyone you're talking to, whether someone who's indie to a rock star on stage every night in front of thousands of people, they're just people. Never put someone on a pedestal because then it goes to one their
Unless it's
head.
Kiss.
Unless it's Kiss. Kiss, you're on the highest of pedestals.
That's fair.
Unless you're Kiss or a Beatle, But yeah, just go in wanting to have fun, because when you have fun with the interviews, people feel it. It doesn't feel stiff. It's loose. You can actually feel like you're having a conversation rather than something that's scripted. I hate that stuff, I want it to just feel like I'm enjoying myself too. Otherwise, what's the point of doing this shit?
Yeah, we try to do that. We try to make everybody feel welcome. We try to make it personable. We try to make it organic.
Yeah.
Like we said before, we joked around, but we're not going to ask, the cliche questions unless that's what they want to be asked, which is fine.
The wiki questions, as we call it.
The wiki questions, okay.
If you can
All right.
find it on Wiki or search it within the first 4 interviews that come up from someone's past, don't ask it.
Don't ask it.
Don't ask
Fair
it.
enough,
Be
okay.
unique, be yourself, be organic. Don't be like everyone else. There's no point.
Very well said.
Dye your hair orange.
Dye your hair orange.
That's what Alicia's telling
Be like
me to
me.
do.
No, I'm kidding.
That's it. Alicia, I want to be respectful of your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking a few minutes.
Thank you so much.
For the inspiration. We really appreciate it. Everyone follow her, book her, Alicia Atout, the Worsties. Follow them on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, Alicia Atout.
Thank you. Thanks, both of you.